I wouldn't really call myself a gamer, but I've also played Xbox almost every day for the last 5 years. And this was something that happened completely by accident. So I thought I'd share the story of how a mistake, a whole lot of guilt, and Game Pass led me to this point. I started working with Microsoft as a brand ambassador in 2013, and then in 2016 I became a master trainer. However, I had a bit of a secret, which now I think about it, people probably most likely knew, but I was too scared to tell anyone that I had never played Xbox before. I think I managed to play this pretty cool until a raffle went wrong at the end of a work event in 2018, and that is where this ridiculousness begins. It's the final day of the work event, we're celebrating the end of a really inspiring week, and there's a raffle going on in the background. You see, up until this point in my life, I'd never won anything, so I was not holding my breath on any of my lucky numbers being pulled. But then it happened. Green 26. And my birthday also happens to be on the 26th, so this must be fate, right? Wrong. I think we can all see where this is going. I walk up on stage in front of over 100 of my colleagues to claim my prize, an Xbox Elite controller. I showed my ticket, Green 26. Only for the people calling the raffle to realise that I actually pulled out a blue 26 and they just couldn't see it properly, so I just really awkwardly walked away. But before I knew it, this became a thing. People were shouting "Justice for Hannah," but in like a fun way, not an angry mob kind of way. The person that had called the raffle came up to me and profusely apologised, saying, "Don't worry, I'm going to get you your very own custom Elite controller." Nervously, I was saying, "No thank you, that's really, really kind, but please don't worry about it. It was just a mistake and at least it's a funny story from this event, right?" And also, he didn't know my secret. I'd never played Xbox before and I definitely did not own one. But he was true to his word and this beautiful Elite controller with a Spartan riding a Scorpion arrived at the office for me. And just like I said, my wonderful community of master trainers had also become quite invested in this story. So it couldn't just end here, could it? Of course not. So this is the part of the story that I've kept a little bit secret since the day this controller arrived. This is actually the day that I bought my very first Xbox, the Project Scorpio edition of the Xbox One X. And because I'm spilling all of the secrets in this video, a big character flaw of mine is that I'm really not good at not being good at things. Let's be real, if you know me, you probably are aware of this, but I'm just a lady that knows my limits, and I firmly stick to them. And when I first started playing games, I found it incredibly infuriating. I felt like every game I tried, I'd miss every jump, I'd panic about not knowing the controls, I'd instantly die in combat, and even figuring out the analog sticks to look around was a huge challenge for me. But then one day, my good friend Fletch and I decided to make a video comparing PUBG and Fortnite, which is actually one of our first videos here on this channel. I probably don't recommend watching it though, because you'll probably find it infuriating. I don't think even I realised it at the time, but I absolutely fell in love with Fortnite. Was I any good at it? Obviously not. But the fact that I could be carried by my friends in a team, I could die and then just jump on the next battle bus to try and get used to all of the different game mechanics. Like running, jumping, aiming, shooting, all in one game. I had found my game, and this is what got me into gaming. And when I got home, I just couldn't stop playing. At this time, my now husband and I had only recently started dating, and with him being a lifelong gamer, he was thrilled by this development. And if I'm being totally honest, I was really just trying to impress him. We started to squad up, and being the lovely, patient man that he is, he carried me through many a game and taught me an awful lot. And we still play Fortnite now, 5 years later. I dabbled in a few other games, rage quit a lot, and just kept coming back to my Fortnite comfort zone until I set myself a challenge to play a new game from Game Pass each week of the year at the start of 2022. And I'm still going now, over halfway through 2023, because I enjoyed this experience so much. Out of the over 75 games that I've played in the last 18 months, I can't help but want to share some of my favourites with anyone who will listen to me. If you're curious about getting into gaming, or you just want to know what all of the fuss is about, there are so many different styles of games on Game Pass to find the ones that make you want to not put that controller down, rather than throw the controller across the room. If you're someone like me and your only prior gaming experience is playing The Sims while you were growing up, here are some of my recommendations for you. Number 1 is The Sims 4. That's right, you heard me, The Sims 4 is available on Game Pass Ultimate, which also includes EA Play. And there is also a console and PC version available. I played this on PC and instantly felt like I was 13 years old again, sneakily staying up past my bedtime to look after my virtual family. If you have fond memories of this game, I can assure you it's just as good, or potentially even better to play as an adult. Number 2 is Townscaper. This game has no goal, no real gameplay, just plenty of building and plenty of beauty. That's it. Now normally I like a game with a bit of direction, but there is something quite magical about Townscaper. I was playing this on PC and you kind of just keep clicking. You can change the colours, build higher, wider, but with every click something changes a little bit. This game was soothing and beautifully simple, and you can also play this on Xbox or even with touch on your mobile phone thanks to cloud gaming. Number 3 is Arcade Paradise. I don't know what it is about this game, but I clocked up over 12 hours of gameplay in just a couple of days. It looks like it's going to be just a game with multiple nostalgic arcade games, and while that was enough to hook me in, there's actually quite a bit more to it. In this game, you're a 19-year-old with half a business degree, and not knowing what to do next, your dad makes you look after the family laundromat business. You have to clean, wash and dry clothes, manage the money, do all of the practical things, but what you really want to do is invest your time and money into expanding the arcade that's in the back room, building your own arcade paradise. My next set of recommendations are some Zen or not so Zen co-op games. Now, co-op games are a personal favourite of mine. My husband and I play games together all the time, and I definitely have to thank him and his patience throughout my gaming journey. Here are some great Zen games that I think anyone can pick up and play. Game recommendation number 4 is Power Wash Simulator. Hear me out, I was a little bit confused about this game at first too, but it's exactly what it sounds like, and it is way more fun than I'd anticipated. It's just a very relaxing cleaning up a house, playground or fire station. It shows you the percentage of how much of the job you've completed in the top right hand corner, and there's just no way that you can exit out of this game if you only have 30% left to finish. You can play this game by yourself, but you can also play it in online co-op with up to 5 friends. I hired Graham as my assistant, and we have spent a lot of time cleaning up the neighbourhood. I also highly recommend playing this game with the sound on. It really adds to the cleaning satisfaction. Game number 5 is Golf with Your Friends. Just like how I imagine real golf to be, Golf with Your Friends is a great game to play and chat at the same time. And you can play with up to 12 friends, both in online and local multiplayer. There are lots of different themed courses and some are outrageous and infuriating, but it's still a lot of fun playing virtual mini golf with your friends. Game number 6 is Overcooked 2. This is potentially one of the most loved and hated games on Game Pass. While it looks incredibly cute and harmless, this game can descend into chaos almost instantly. You're these adorable little chefs, and there are a few different game modes, so you can choose to work together as a team to complete orders, or you can get a little competitive and compete against your friends to see who can serve up the most correct dishes. If you're wanting the slightly more zen version of this game, you can play along with the story. But if you're ready to learn that some of your so-called friends would do anything to win, then give the versus mode a go. My next category of recommendations are co-ops that require some level of skill. So while I really enjoy these games now, I may not have enjoyed them as much when first starting off in my gaming journey. Game recommendation number 7 is It Takes Two. This game requires a lot of problem solving and teamwork because you guessed it, it takes two. You can't complete these challenges on your own. It Takes Two is the perfect game to pick up on a rainy Sunday with whoever your player 2 is. As always, Graham has been the perfect teammate and we really enjoyed going on this adventure together. In this game, Rose has just found out that her parents are getting a divorce and her tears turn them into wooden dolls, which is who you play as. It's your job to complete challenges to find your way back home. The Book of Love has to be one of our favourite characters in this game. He pops up and teaches you about all of those important things in any kind of relationship, like communication and collaboration. You work your way through the garage, battling against your long-lost vacuum cleaner that you've been meaning to fix, the toolbox that's been left to rust, and all of those other things that you just never got around to. Game number 8 is A Way Out. A Way Out is a co-op game that you can't play by yourself. You need your player 2 in order to complete every stage of this game. It's kind of like the R-rated version of It Takes Two. You can play together on the couch or online as Leo and Vincent, two complete strangers who have been wronged by the same dude. You find yourself in prison for a crime that you didn't commit, and you know that you need to find a way out. You make a new friend, you get in a few fights, and then one night, when a storm comes, you know that it's your chance to escape. And like all good prison escapes, you do so through the toilet in your cell. You need to put your trust in each other to pull off this great escape. You have to play this game until the end. I don't want to spoil it for you like someone did on TikTok for me, but I cannot recommend this game highly enough. Lucky number 9, Halo Infinite. Much like my love of Fortnite, I really enjoy the multiplayer modes in Halo Infinite, with Fiesta being a personal favourite. Playing games where I can just race into battle, instantly get obliterated, and then respawn and try again, and again, and again, have not only grown my love for gaming, but significantly improved my patience and perseverance in all areas of my life. This time last year, I would only play bot boot camps, but now I have officially topped a table in a big team battle. Halo Infinite is a game that we will always keep coming back to, and I love how the season updates keep this game fresh with new maps, new modes, and new things to unlock. With playing over 75 games, I can't help myself. I'm gonna slide in some honourable mentions just for good luck. Frog Detective, Psychonauts 2, 2 Point Campus, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, Hollow Knight, Donut County, House Flipper, Hot Wheels Unleashed, Rubber Bandits, Shadow Warrior 3, New Super Lucky's Tale, Redfall, Ghostwire Tokyo, SimCity, and Microsoft Flight Simulator are some of my other favourite games, just to name a few. And there are still hundreds more games on Game Pass that I'm yet to discover, and new titles being added all the time. My journey to becoming what I can now only describe as being a gamer has taught me a lot. I am much less of a rage quitter now, and I'm okay with not being good at things the first time around. I'm much more willing to persevere because I've found so many different games that I absolutely love and never would have found if I keep exiting out the first time I died or fell down a hole. Problem solving in games has changed my problem solving in real life, and my perspective and approach to tasks has also changed. My coordination is better, my ability to fully focus on tasks is better, I can both give and take instructions more clearly. I don't think it's too dramatic to say that video games have actually really changed my life, and they've made me a better person. So what do you know? I have a mistake and a raffle, I have a lot of guilt, and Game Pass to thank. Make sure to let us know what your favourite games on Game Pass are in the comments, and hit subscribe so you don't miss our next video.